Imagine surviving the most destructive weapon ever created. Now imagine surviving it. Twice, in August 1945, one man experienced the horror of the atomic bomb in Hiroshima, burned injured. Nearly killed, but somehow he survived, and when he returned home the next day, another atomic bomb exploded over his city. This is the unbelievable story of the man who survived both atomic bombs. In 1945, the world was still trapped in the chaos of World War II. Japan's cities were already under constant air raids. Factories worked day and night producing weapons for the war. And like millions of others, a young engineer named Tsutomu Yamaguchi was working long hours for his company. He had been sent to the city of Hiroshima on a temporary work assignment. But he had no idea that the next morning, history would change forever. The morning of August 6th began like any other day. Workers headed to factories, children walked to school, the sky was clear, and Yamaguchi was preparing to leave the city and return home. Then suddenly, he heard the sound of an airplane above him. High in the sky was a single American bomber, a Boeing B-29 Superfortress named Enola Gay. Within seconds, it would change the course of human history. At 8:15 a.m., the bomb, known as Little Boy, exploded above Hiroshima. The flash was brighter than the sun. Buildings vanished instantly. A massive shockwave tore through the city. More than 70,000 people were killed in seconds. Yamaguchi was thrown violently into the air. His skin burned, his eardrums ruptured, but somehow he survived. The city had become a nightmare. Fires burned everywhere. People wandered through the streets covered in ash, despite his injuries. Yamaguchi knew he had to escape. The next morning, bandaged and barely able to walk, he boarded a train. His destination was home, the city of Nagasaki. On August 9th, Yamaguchi arrived at his office. His co-workers stared at his bandages in shock. He tried to explain what had happened. He told them about the blinding flash, the giant explosion, the city destroyed in seconds. But his boss struggled to believe him. How could a single bomb destroy an entire city? Then suddenly, the room filled with light. At 11:02 a.m., another atomic bomb exploded over Nagasaki. This one was called Fat Man. Incredibly, Yamaguchi survived again. The building shielded him from the worst of the blast. For the second time in 3 days, he had lived through the most powerful weapon. Japan surrendered just days later, and the war finally ended. Yamaguchi spent years recovering from his injuries, but he dedicated the rest of his life to something important. He spoke publicly about the dangers of nuclear weapons. His message was simple: no one should ever experience what he experienced. For many years, people doubted his story, but eventually, the Japanese government officially recognized him as the only person confirmed to have survived both atomic bombings. His story became a powerful reminder of the devastating consequences of war. History often remembers wars through numbers and statistics, but behind those numbers are human lives, stories of survival, stories of tragedy. And sometimes, stories so unbelievable, they almost sound impossible, like the story of the man who survived 2 atomic bombs.